Rwanda has set an ambitious goal of becoming a leading financial hub for investment to Africa through the Kigali International Financial Center, commonly known as the KIFC. Since its establishment, it has been working to position Rwanda as a competitive, transparent and investor-friendly financial jurisdiction, attracting international businesses and capital while supporting the country's economic transformation. Tonight, I'm really honored to be hosting Jackson Rugambwa, who is the Senior Tax Policy Analyst from the Kigali International Financial Center. Welcome very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes. To start with, please let us know and help us understand what is the Kigali International Financial Center and how does it operate?
Thank you very much. Kigali International Financial Center is a flagship government initiative that is mandated to make Rwanda a financial center of excellence in Africa. Yes. By offering a jurisdiction that is investor-friendly, that is attractive, that is also compliant to the international standards. And by doing so, you attract the investment into Rwanda in financial services, but also you mobilize capital to be invested in Africa.
Yes. What is the role of robust legal and regulatory reform framework in positioning Rwanda as a preferred financial jurisdiction for international investors seeking opportunities across Africa?
Yes. Robust legal and regulatory framework plays a critical role in ensuring a compliant jurisdiction, which is the most important factor that investors are looking at. So legal framework and a regulatory mechanism that once it is put in place, it provides legal certainty, it provides a safe environment for investors to believe and trust a financial system like KIFC is providing. So we believe once Rwanda provides a progressive legal framework updated with time by time, it's going to be standing out from other financial centers by offering a secure and stable investment environment.
Yes. Can you share some practical examples of how the legal reforms introduced since 2020 have directly benefited businesses or even investors operating across Rwanda?
Yes, thank you very much. As I said before, Rwanda has put in place a number of new laws and amended several ones. And in total, there are 22 laws so far since 2020 when KIFC started. And these laws mainly talk about the interest of investors, especially the structuring. We address the issues of structuring. I can cite an example of MLCFT law that addresses the challenges of attracting illicit financial flows. So this anti-money laundering law it regulates inflow of capital. So it deters investors who would wish to use Kigali Financial Center, Kigali International Financial Center, as an escape jurisdiction. So it ensures that money that is coming in is clean, is coming from the trusted sources. It's not coming from corruption. It's not coming from financing terrorism. It's not coming from all unregulated activities which are illegal. And for another law that we can cite here is, for example, partnership law. Initially, Rwanda used to have only business structures in terms of cooperation. Yes. But now we have several. We have foundation, we have partnership, we have trust. So all these structures need separate regulations. And by putting all those regulatory framework, it ensures that investors trust Rwanda as a jurisdiction, and also provides financial trust, people starting trusting in our financial system. Yes. So another component of regulatory framework is the number of DTAs that Rwanda has signed since 2020, when KIFC was being formed. So we already negotiated 18 DTAs. Double taxation treaties, for the viewers, is a bilateral treaty that two countries agreed to sign after seeing that some investors are coming from one jurisdiction to the other, and by crossing the border, they leave footprints in the original country, and where they are going to have to be paying taxes where they are. And once they repatriate capital or income, then they are going to be taxed again in the resident country. So DTA, or double taxation avoidance agreement, comes in place to address those challenges. So the two countries will agree on how to tax this individual or this firm and share profits in a manner that is agreeable to both countries.
Yes, yes. It is totally possible that among our viewers tonight, we do have investors, and you just mentioned something about the DTAs, which is the double taxation avoidance agreements. Why are these DTAs important for investors?
Yeah, every investor coming from a foreign jurisdiction, coming, for example, in Rwanda, he's thinking about tax points. Tax points, we mean if you are taxed in Rwanda and you take back your income back to UK, for example, and the UK taxes you again on the same income. So these countries, if you are taxed 15% in Rwanda, are withholding tax, and UK collects 10, yes, in total you are paying 25%, and that's too much on an individual income. So UK and Rwanda will agree on how to tax this particular investor coming from UK to Rwanda. And for example, they can say if Rwanda taxes, UK exempts.
Yes.
Or they can say they share. One Rwanda taxes 10, the other one taxes the remaining 5. So double tax treaty benefits investor who is coming from offshore or coming from international jurisdiction to a local jurisdiction. So once two countries agree, but if there is no disagreement, then the investor, it means he is going to be taxed in both countries.
Yes.
So by having a DTA, it really benefits in terms of directly financial gains.
For a company today considering using Rwanda as its gateway into Africa, how do these tax agreements translate into real financial savings or operational advantages? Yes, because investors, they are looking for two things when they are choosing a country. They are choosing where business is. They're also thinking about if they are taxed, which rate, which percentage does the government take from their gross profit. If the percentage is high, and if this percentage is going to be also collected from another jurisdiction, that means we have double tax incidents. And once there's multiple double tax incidents, then the investor is going, the profit margin for the investor is going to shrink. So the DTAs or double tax treaty avoidance agreement provides a framework where, for example, we have a DTA with Singapore. An investor coming from Singapore to Rwanda is going to read this convention, this treaty between these two countries, and say, okay, if I go to Rwanda, how much is it going to be on my profits? If I go back to Singapore, how much is it going to be? If there is already existing framework between two countries, it's like protecting your gains. Once you get profits, you take the profits home without any other jurisdiction taxing you on the way. Yes. In closing, as we look ahead, what message would you like to share with our viewers tonight concerning the future of the KIFC, the Kigali International Financial Center? Yes. The message I would love to pass, especially to Rwandese or Rwanda investors locally present, is that KIFC or Kigali International Financial Center is not here only for international investors. Some other jurisdictions have a ring fencing policy, or where you say you have a regime for local investors and you have a separate regime, which most of the cases is so beneficial to the international investors. But for Rwanda, we chose to have equal treatment across the board. If you're a local investor and you meet the required standards, and you meet the regulatory framework, or you meet the regulatory requirements, then you qualify equally, like the international investor, to benefit from tax incentives, ease of doing business, all the facilities or facilitation we offer to the investors. Local investors are also catered for. That's one.
we also need financial service providers, because these international financial investors, once they come into Rwanda, they are going to be investing in Africa as well as in Rwanda. But they need, you know, corporate services. So corporate services like law firms, accounting firms, fund managers, all those are going to be procured from Rwanda. And the Rwandan community needs to be ready for these opportunities to make sure they take advantage and reap enough, because KIFC is here to really provide opportunities for Rwandese and for the African people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Rugambwa, please allow me to thank you so much for passing by tonight.
You're welcome.
Yes, that was Jackson Rugambwa, who's the senior tax policy analyst at the Kigali International Financial Center, sharing insights about the economic transformation, and also as institutions such as the KIFC continue to contribute to the economic transformation of Rwanda.